Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a massive geopolitical move that's shaking the entire region. Lithuania has just struck Russia hard, showing insane levels of support for Ukraine. What's happening right now between these two nations, and why is Lithuania suddenly emerging as one of Ukraine's most powerful backers in Europe? Let's break it down, because this is not just another show of support. This could change the course of the conflict itself. In recent months, Lithuania has transformed from a small Baltic nation into one of the most outspoken and active supporters of Ukraine's defense. While larger European powers often debate over aid packages, Lithuania has taken a no-nonsense approach. It's not just words, it's direct action. From military hardware to financial support and sanctions against Russia, Lithuania's moves have hit the Kremlin where it hurts most. And for a country that borders both Belarus and the Russian exclave of Kaliningrad, this boldness has caught global attention. The most recent wave of support came in the form of new defense aid packages and intelligence cooperation with Ukraine. Lithuanian officials have confirmed the delivery of advanced drone systems, anti-drone technology, ammunition, and armored vehicles. These aren't symbolic gestures. They are crucial battlefield assets that help Ukraine counter Russian offensives and strengthen its air defenses. Lithuania's defense ministry has also worked closely with Ukrainian forces to train personnel on advanced systems and provide technical upgrades. What makes Lithuania's role stand out is its sheer determination to keep supporting Ukraine regardless of pressure or threats from Moscow. While many European nations still depend on Russian energy or fear retaliation in cyberspace, Lithuania cut itself off from Russian gas, oil, and electricity long before others dared to do so. That move was both risky and strategic, and it paid off. It freed Lithuania from Russian leverage and gave it moral authority across the EU to speak out against Moscow's aggression. Now, Lithuania's government is not stopping there. They are actively urging the European Union and NATO to speed up weapons deliveries and intensify sanctions. Lithuanian leaders have been among the loudest voices demanding that Russia's assets frozen abroad be used to rebuild Ukraine. This idea is controversial in some circles, but Lithuania argues it's justice that the aggressor must pay for the damage it caused. The public support in Lithuania for Ukraine is equally strong. This isn't just government policy, it's a national stance. Citizens have raised millions through crowdfunding campaigns to buy military equipment, medical aid, and vehicles for Ukrainian forces. One famous campaign even purchased a Bayraktar drone for Ukraine, which later became a symbol of Baltic solidarity and grassroots strength. The fact that ordinary Lithuanians are contributing their own money for another country's defense shows how deeply this war has resonated in the region. To understand why Lithuania is so passionate about Ukraine's survival, we need to look at history. Lithuania, like Ukraine, suffered under Soviet occupation and knows the pain of losing sovereignty to Moscow's control. For Lithuanians, Russia's invasion of Ukraine is not just a distant conflict, it's a reminder of their own struggle for freedom. Supporting Ukraine is therefore not charity. It's defense of shared values and a line drawn against the return of empire. This historical memory shapes Lithuania's foreign policy in profound ways. The nation sees Ukraine's victory as essential to Europe's security. Lithuanian leaders openly say that if Russia succeeds in subduing Ukraine, the Baltics could be next. That's why they treat the war not as Ukraine's fight alone, but as a defense of all small democracies standing up to tyranny. Russia, of course, hasn't taken Lithuania's stance lightly. Moscow has repeatedly issued warnings, threats, and even cyber attacks against Lithuanian institutions. But Lithuania remains unfazed. Instead of backing down, it doubled its cybersecurity investments, strengthened its army, and deepened ties with NATO allies. Lithuania even called for permanent NATO troops on its soil to deter Russian aggression. One of the most significant developments was Lithuania's role in blocking the transit of sanctioned Russian goods to Kaliningrad in 2022. That move infuriated the Kremlin, which accused Lithuania of creating a blockade. In reality, Lithuania was simply enforcing EU sanctions. But the event marked a turning point. It showed that Vilnius was willing to confront Russia directly, even at the risk of escalation. Fast forward to today, Lithuania continues to play a central role in rallying Western nations to support Ukraine more aggressively. Lithuanian diplomats have worked tirelessly to convince hesitant countries to send more weapons and impose harsher sanctions. Their argument is simple: appeasement doesn't work with Putin, only strength and unity do, and that message has begun to resonate across Europe. The country's president, Gitanas Nausėda, and Foreign Minister Gabrielius Landsbergis have become some of the strongest advocates for Ukraine on the global stage. They frequently visit Kyiv, meet with Ukrainian leaders, and coordinate strategies to pressure Russia diplomatically. Lithuania also plays a key part in shaping the EU approach to security and defense, pushing for a united European front against Russian aggression. But Lithuania's efforts aren't limited to politics and weapons. They've opened their doors to thousands of Ukrainian refugees, offering them jobs, education, and a safe place to rebuild their lives. In Lithuanian cities, Ukrainian flags hang beside Lithuanian ones, symbolizing shared resistance and solidarity. This social unity amplifies Lithuania's global image as a small nation with a big heart and unshakable courage. Economically, Lithuania has also made tough choices. Cutting off trade with Russia came at a cost: higher prices, disrupted markets, and energy uncertainty. But instead of complaining, Lithuania adapted. They diversified energy imports, invested in renewables, and built partnerships with Western suppliers. Their resilience has become a model for how small nations can free themselves from dependence on authoritarian regimes. What's even more impressive is Lithuania's leadership in digital defense. They've built one of the strongest cybersecurity infrastructures in the EU, learning from past Russian attacks. This expertise now benefits Ukraine as well. Lithuanian cyber experts share intelligence, help protect Ukrainian systems, and counter disinformation campaigns coming from Russian networks. It's a quiet but powerful front in the war that rarely gets attention. Recently, Lithuania announced another multi-million-euro package to fund reconstruction projects in Ukraine, including rebuilding schools and hospitals destroyed by Russian attacks. This kind of aid sends a clear message: Lithuania is committed to Ukraine's victory and recovery, not just survival. It's about ensuring Ukraine emerges stronger, freer, and more integrated into the European community. As all this unfolds, the Kremlin's frustration grows. Russian media now labels Lithuania as one of Moscow's primary enemies in Europe. But to Lithuanians, this label is almost a badge of honor, proof that their actions are making a real impact. Instead of fear, there's pride. Lithuania knows it stands on the right side of history. The solidarity between Lithuania and Ukraine has inspired other Baltic and Nordic nations to step up their aid too. Latvia, Estonia, Finland, and even Poland have echoed Lithuania's firm stance. Together, these countries form a northern shield of support for Ukraine, changing the balance of power in Eastern Europe. It's a new kind of coalition, not one built on size or wealth, but on conviction and courage. The symbolism of Lithuania's defiance is powerful. It's a small nation staring down one of the largest military powers on earth and refusing to be intimidated. Every piece of aid, every diplomatic statement, Every act of resistance sends the same message: Russia's aggression will not go unanswered. As global tensions rise and the war grinds on, Lithuania's example is becoming a blueprint for moral leadership. While larger powers often get caught in debates and delays, Lithuania acts decisively. It proves that the scale of your country doesn't determine the scale of your impact. What matters is the will to stand for freedom when it's most under threat. The Lithuanian people understand something the world often forgets: if tyranny goes unchallenged in one place, it spreads everywhere. That's why their commitment to Ukraine isn't just about borders or politics. It's about defending the idea that no nation should ever be conquered or silenced by force. Every shipment of aid, every rally of support, every word of solidarity adds up to a louder message that echoes across Europe. Freedom is not negotiable. Lithuania's support for Ukraine is not just a gesture, it's a statement of values that transcends geography. So, as the world watches, Lithuania continues to hit Russia where it hurts through resilience, unity, and unwavering support for Ukraine's right to exist in peace. It's a small country making a massive difference, proving that courage can't be measured in square kilometers or GDP. And as Ukraine keeps fighting for its survival, one thing is clear: it's not fighting alone. With allies like Lithuania, the flame of freedom in Eastern Europe burns stronger than ever. Thank you all for watching. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on global events, defense analysis, and breaking developments from around the world. Stay strong, stay informed, and I'll see you in the next one.